And welcome back, Helldivers. Oshaune is in the rearview mirror at this point. For the most part, it does read like in the success message that there is still some hive lungs left. It sounds like they're probably using it as an E711 harvesting facility, because if you look at it on the Galactic War map, you can indeed see that it is an E700 facility now, which the E711 might just be used as kind of a future fuel source for maybe some more storylines in the future. But we'll have to see what happens with that. Now, what I was curious about afterwards was if we would be able to go straight to Omicron afterwards, and it looks like no, we cannot. I did take a look over on the Helldivers Companion app to kind of see what we're looking at with Omicron, and it's very interesting. The numbers were all over the place. It looks like they tripled the HP of the planet, and it would bounce between 10% and 0% with some spikes in liberation and all kinds of stuff going on with up to 4 persons on the planet. Normally, if you're going to see anybody that's data mining, or you'll see 1, maybe 2 on specific planets if they found something in the code that would indicate something like, say, Illuminate unit. Having 4 on the planet tells me that it might just be devs on there testing some stuff. It looks like as of today, it has now flattened out at a 3.33% resistance rate, which is a very odd number. The only time you tend to see something off of a very evenish number, like a whole integer or a half, seeing some of the mega city planets that have, that have the mega cities on them, those are the ones that typically end with something way different than a whole integer or on the halves. So is there something new on Omicron that we might be heading into? Maybe there's like a mega colony, something maybe that's going to be coming. I haven't really seen anything in terms of leaks. I tend to avoid that stuff, so I really don't know what's on there. I'm just going purely off speculation here. There might be something going on there, and that might be why it's taken a little bit to start this next major order as they get the next stage kind of flattened out a little bit. It also looks like Zagon Prime had some similar activity over on there, but it stabilized at a 5% liberation rate. I think if we don't get another bug major order today or tomorrow, I think we're probably going to be going over to the bots or the Illuminates. I mean, there is a defense active over on the Illuminate sector right now, so that might be where the next major order is heading, at least for the short term. I'm still holding out hope that since this major update was all focused on the Terminids and the Gloom arc of the storyline, because we did see the Gloom pull back after we did liberate Oshaune. I feel like there's going to be some other activity going on with the Gloom. I don't think there's going to be any major content or anything like that added to the game at this point, because if you do follow the videos in Discord at all, you'll see that the CEO has said that they're still haven't planned to return to the regularly scheduled content update windows yet. They are saying patches roughly every 2 weeks, which is what we have seen with this patch this last week. And now, talking about that patch, I have heard that some people are getting varying amounts of data that came in for it. Personally, on my computer, I was looking at over 13 gigabytes for this last patch, and about 10 gigabytes for the patch previous. That was that massive balance and performance patch. So that's a total of 23 gigabytes. And in total, it has brought down the size of the file, at least on my computer, about 8 gigabytes. So it was about 141. Now it's 133 gigabytes. So it looks like they're working on some of that. They may have scrapped some of the stuff that's not used anymore, like the Terminal Control System missions. Maybe they scrapped those. Possibly even added in some more stuff, like that patch a couple weeks ago did add in mega bases and mega nests inside the mega cities on those planets. Still have not seen anything like that on the Illuminate front. So there is a possibility there's some other stuff in the code that they just aren't ready to release yet. Maybe they're still testing out some of that. They wanted to put it into the live game. It can happen as a developer where you have something that works great on your system in a very closed and controlled environment, and it does not survive first contact with the players. The wide variety of systems that are out there could really lead to issues with how things play out, could increase crashes. And of course, if that's happening even on one computer out of the 4 that are talking to each other, it could have cascading effects through everybody that's playing the game. It is nice to be able to have a little bit of a break from the Terminids right now, though, because a week straight on Oshaune, which was absolutely brutal. It is nice to be able to drop back onto bots or squids. I personally went back over to the bot front just to kind of get my legs back under me in terms of a different enemy type, different weapons that I would prefer to use. As always, anytime I switch factions like that, I have to sit there and think real hard to myself, what was my loadout on this? But it felt really good to go back over to the bots. It definitely changed my play style. Being on the Terminids, plus that balance patch, I was trying out all kinds of weapons against the bots, and I felt like everything felt really good. It didn't matter if I was taking medium pen or light pen. It all just felt really good. But that's all I have to cover for today. If you've stayed this long, I appreciate it. Please hit that like and subscribe if you like this content and you want me to continue on it. And I will see you on the warfront, Helldivers.